Now, while Vice President Kamala Harris was giving this amazing speech in North Carolina and beating the hell out of Donald Trump, he announced that he is ducking their second debate, running like a dog with his tail tucked behind his legs. And Vice President Kamala Harris seized this post-debate opportunity to keep the momentum going and poke and prod Donald Trump a little bit more while giving this speech. She mentioned his concepts of a plan, his constant lies and hoaxes. We have a lot to break down, and I don't want to waste any time, so make sure you leave a like on the video below. Now, before we break down Kamala Harris rolling through Trump, I want to show you KJP perfectly dissecting this racist migrant hoax and why Republicans are so keen on it.
But I do want to take a step back. I think it's important that all of us take a step back here and just lean on the facts here. The Springfield, Ohio Police Department has debunked this very bizarre and very hateful smear that's out there. What is happening here is an attempt to tear apart communities and disrespect, let's not forget, also disrespecting law enforcement, and that is the opposite of what our country deserves.
Amazing point, and that has been happening in Springfield, Ohio, where the town is scared, they are anxious, they are in the middle of a national story that is not true at all, and Donald Trump's sole purpose is to sow fear and distrust among the American people and make sure they don't trust their own institutions, their own law enforcement, they don't trust anything around them other than Donald Trump, and Kamala Harris exposed that on the debate stage pretty perfectly. She got him to admit that he thinks the election was stolen, and then she perfectly seized on that opportunity to show how all of his former allies, all of these people that he trusted with his life, have come out and said he is unfit. He is not fit to be the president. Watch Kamala Harris talking about the debate from 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago, Donald Trump and I had our first debate. And I believe we owe it to the voters to have another debate. Because this election and what is at stake could not be more important. On Tuesday night, I talked about issues that I know matter to families across America, like bringing down the cost of living, investing in America's small businesses, protecting reproductive freedom, and keeping our nation safe and secure.
Vice President Kamala Harris is really hitting her stride with this campaign. I mean, it's been perfect since day one, but I really think it's like an airplane that finally has the air under its wings and it's coasting, just coasting, and now she's giving speeches and the crowd is going wild. Donald Trump is on the defense. He tweeted out while she was doing this, while she was giving this speech, he said, "When a prize fighter loses a fight, the first words out of his mouth are, quote, 'I want a rematch.' Polls clearly show that I won the debate against Kamala Harris on Tuesday night, and she called for a second debate." But what does that say about the 2020 election? That tells me that Donald Trump knows he lost the 2020 election because him running in 2024 implies that he wanted a rematch, like he is saying now. And then he said, there will be no third debate at the bottom. Now, while Donald Trump is freaking out, trying to control the media, Vice President Kamala Harris is over here absolutely obliterating him. Take a look.
After all of this, Donald Trump intends to end the Affordable Care Act. And as Stacey mentioned, you heard what he said in the debate. He has no plan to replace it. He said, concepts of a plan. Oh, you all watched the debate.
She did so well.
Concepts. No actual plan, concepts. And understand what's at stake on that. 45 million Americans are insured through the Affordable Care Act. And he's going to end it based on a concept.
It's not funny.
And take us back to when insurance companies had the power to deny people with pre-existing conditions. Well, we are not going back.
Let me know in the comment section below, do you think the crowd is uniquely hyped up during this speech? Because they seem very excited after that debate. After seeing Kamala Harris roll through Trump, she is continuing the momentum. On the same day, this morning, JD Vance went on CNBC and said that if immigration was the path to prosperity, America would be the most prosperous country in the world. Who's going to tell JD Vance that America basically is the most prosperous country in the world?
If the path to prosperity was flooding your nation with low-wage immigrants, then Springfield, Ohio would be the most prosperous country and the most prosperous city in the world. America would be the most prosperous country in the world because Kamala Harris has flooded the country with 25 million legal aliens. What's actually happened is that over the past 3.5 years, while we've had this massive influx of illegal labor, what's happened? We've had skyrocketing inflation, lower take-home pay, Americans more dissatisfied with the direction of the country and the economy than they've been in a generation. This is not the path to prosperity, no matter how much a Wall Street bank says that it is.
Just notice how over the past few months, JD Vance and Donald Trump have been the party, the ticket that says the country is being destroyed. It is in despair. He posted today that our country is going to hell. JD Vance says that we're not the most prosperous nation in the world. Donald Trump thinks we're nearing a third world nation, and VP Harris is the one that says we're not going back. We have a forward-looking message.
We're not going back.
The crowd absolutely loves her. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is just melting down. I almost can't even believe how he just strings together a bunch of issues. Like, read this line right here. She and Crooked Joe have destroyed our country. Notice how many lies there are. It's just lie after lie after lie. This is the evolution of Donald Trump 9 years into politics, or we could say he's devolved. So here's the lies. With millions of criminals and mentally deranged people pouring into the USA, totally unchecked and unvetted, with inflation bankrupting our middle class, everyone knows this. All the other problems caused by Kamala and Joe. It was discussed in great detail, but Kamala Harris discussed her policies in great detail. Donald Trump could barely even utter a single concept. It is a mess for both of them.
But that's not what we heard from Donald Trump. Instead, it was the same old show. That same tired playbook that we've heard for years, with no plans for how he would address the needs of the American people, because you know it's all about him, it's not about you. Well, folks, I said it then, I say it now. It's time to turn the page.
It's time to turn the page. Very well said. Donald Trump is freaking out while VP Kamala Harris is right there, close to winning. I think that Donald Trump might have some internal polling showing that he is behind. It's actually mind-blowing how well Kamala Harris entering the race last minute worked. If you guys agree, if you enjoy what I do, make sure you leave a like, comment a blue heart, hit that subscribe button, and have a great day. Peace out.